Hello, fellow pickers. You're back here with Alice Ops, and hopefully this will be a fun haul that you can enjoy. We're November 15th, and I just thought, let's do a haul video. There seems to be not a lot of time for that, but you know, I also go to work full time, and sometimes I just yearn for those moments so much where I get to share with my fellow pickers and just talk picking. And so it's just so fun to come home and talk with my husband about what we're gonna list and what we found, and you know, and it's the same thing. It's really rewarding to share it with you and just have fun discussing the things that we know about us in the know of stuff. So I hope that your picking has been going very well lately, and that there are still garage sales or sales of some kind for you to have, even if you're in cooler weather areas. We were very surprised last weekend to find a couple of garage sales, and for Montreal it's pretty weird. This time of year we have usually snow, or at any rate at least cold enough weather that you wouldn't think of doing a garage sale. We went to a garage sale in someone's garage, and the weather was nice, it was glorious, and the leaves are still all orange and lovely. So we really enjoyed ourselves, and I will show you what we got and show you some other odds and ends from other sales. So first of all, before that sale, we went to an estate sale, which just happened to be on the way. We didn't know it was there, and we fell across it. And we're glad we did, because without finding any extremely noteworthy treasures, we found some good things that were really, really cheap. These people had playing cards, vintage playing cards with automobiles on them, and they're just cute and in their case, and they were 50 cents. From the same house, 50 cents, a playing card box, which I'll grant you, this is faded. I'm sure it used to be gold, but it was 50 cents. And as a bonus, the wolf playing cards inside. So 50 cents, we should be able to make some money on that, if not on the box, on the cards, or either way. I love finding that stuff when it's that inexpensive, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how much we make on it at that point. They had these measuring spoons that are perfect for the holidays. I'm kind of tempted to keep them. They were $1. They're from Pier 1 Imports. Turn that around. And they're just so cheerful, and they kind of feel good. Like they handle well. I love this. So, ooh, clinky. Happy to pick that up. At the same sale, at one point I hadn't realized the prices were so cheap. And we were getting one thing, I had to go back into another room to get something else, and I said to my husband, yeah, I'll just go get this. And I take a look at this, which is a toasting fork. That's the idea, is to put your piece of bread on there and toast it in the fireplace. And I look at it again. At first, when I went to the table, I had seen that there was a little sticker that said 25, and I thought, oh, they want 25 for that. That's quite a bit. I'm sure there's no profit in it. And I look at it again, it says 25 cents. So I picked it up. It's not something that goes for a lot of money, but they can sell for maybe, you know, $10, $15. It depends who you've got on the end. This is a dude. I am not sure who he is. Sometimes they have very like well-known characters, or sometimes they have Shakespeare or that sort of thing. But I think he's holding a bag, and I think that maybe he is a thief or something like that. So maybe he's a character who is kind of like that, maybe in, you know, Oliver Twist or something. But, you know, I'm sure he'll appeal to someone. And yeah, at that same sale, they had patterns for a dime a piece. So that's a pretty good value. The thing with patterns is you don't always know if all the pieces are there, that sort of thing. Some of them have a lot more value than others, and that's why I would only get them when they're very cheap, because this way, if that's not good enough, I can just toss it. But this brings about $10. And of course, there's lamb chop. And that might be another, you know, $8 or $10. This appears to not be worth a darn squat. Paddington, I'm holding out hope, will be worth something. This was unusual and somewhat creepy. I'm not sure I would have wanted a doll that was quite my size when I was a kid, but just unusual and fabulous in its own way. Maybe it's worth something, I'm not sure. This seems to be worth nothing. And this was also a surprise. I thought, oh, stamps, unused, still sealed. This will be great. I think there are 7 or 12 or a ridiculous amount of stamps. And that's not really worth anything online. Isn't that strange? Like, you would think they're unused, they're fine, they're in charming country, heart-shaped things. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what stamp collectors go for. I used to have a few stamps. I used to do some of that. So I'm not sure. I can't fathom it, but you know, we'll see. I mean, I might still be able to sell it for $7 or something like that. This is a recipe binder. I have seen other resellers sell them, and granted, they're usually vintage, the ones they sell, but sometimes newer too. I think this is a good item, that type of item. People are looking for that kind of thing. It's practical. It helps them get organized. In our day and age, that's a real thing. People are looking for that. And it's very sweet. It's not used, but it's not something that's worth much. Again, you know, I might be looking at $8-10. That's fine. It was 50 cents, so were the stamps. And that kind of wraps it up for that particular sale, I believe. Oh yes, no, wait. Sock stretchers. People still use them for knitting and darning, but it looks like they mostly use them for knitting, and I've seen some go for like $25. This was $1, and probably going to get between $10 and $25 for them. So do not discount these if you see them. Strangely, they mean something. This is something my husband picked up when he went picking to the thrift store. Very nice vintage pot. And this looks to be Bakelite. It's got these wonderful ridges on the handle here and around there, and have sort of deco. Oh my, plays music too. Really nice deco kind of feel to it. And it is Luster brand, which he tells me after some research used to be what is now West Bend. And so these sell sometimes for like 40, 50, something like that. And I think he paid $6 for it. So we will see what that yields, but that's promising. The next sale we went to, the lady was selling these mugs. And I was looking at something else and just kind of picked those up when I was talking to her and finally made a pile of everything. So I didn't really know what they were, but I just thought there's a style to them. You know, it's not just mousse. It's in a style. And so when we got home, I noticed the Taylor and Ing mark on them. They're designer mugs. Well, you know, I mean, it's an artist created them. So I said to my husband, hey, even when I don't know I'm good, I'm good. You know, I didn't know it was Taylor and Ing, but sometimes they can bring just maybe a little more than other mugs that are not drawn by a specific artist. It depends on the design, but I did buy and sell a bull, a mug with a bull on it, and that went for $40. These are not the same type of design, and you know, they'll go for maybe $10 to $12 a pair, but they were $1 each, so that suited me fine. Oh, I also got this for $0.25 at that other sale. I just thought that this was odd. I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent. It looks very mystical to me. There's an owl, and then there are clovers, golden clovers around the owl. But I thought it might appeal to the wide audience of owl lovers, and just charming and kind of quirky. It's $0.25. And at the same sale, which was a garage sale, where I got the mousse mugs. Mousse, you know, I just think Christmas, it might be a good subject. We saw this and thought it was very appealing because it's so fantasy-based and different. The flora and fauna of Atlantis, which is, of course, a place of fantasy, but is it? And very interesting and beautiful artwork. You know, you can just enjoy it for the craziness of it and the beauty and enchantment of it. And so, you know, we were looking at it. It was $2. Sometimes people have sold them for about $40. Might not be something that was published very heavily, so it might be something that does okay. And frankly, if it goes for $25, that's fine. But I'll probably have a look at it before I let it go, because I think it's very magical. At that sale, we also found a lot of this stuff. And this is dado, basically, you would say wallpaper that you can paint. It's textured wallpaper and has a very, very nice embossed look. And so we got some of these and borders that were in the same style. And not knowing exactly what that's going to yield, you know, I asked the lady who was running the sale what she would like for them, and she said, well, how about $10 for the box? And the box has, what, 6 rolls and 2 borders. So I thought that would be an interesting try. We found out basically that the rolls themselves could go sometimes 20 to 30 each, but that was in the UK, so I don't know how much the UK will be buying from here on something like this. We'll see. There are a couple of watchers on the border so far. and the borders could go for maybe $15 a border. So that was an interesting investment. And I have a surprise. We went to a sale. It was at a hospital, and the way it was run, you would go into this one room where there was a sale with different types of items, but most of them were new, and also extremely expensive jewelry that to me was not worth it. Not for resale, not even for owning. But so we were kind of crushed and, you know, walking out of there going, oh, okay, well, that's the way it's going to be. And we were walking back when I noticed that they used to have a little frozen yogurt shop in the hospital, and it was replaced by an antique shop. So I said to my husband, you wait here while I go and have my hopes crushed even further and see if there are any bargains there. And of course, they had stuff on sale as part of this sale. It was so fun. They still had, their stuff was pretty expensive still, but they had some handbags that were displayed that were about $35. I thought, well, I can't really make a profit on that. However, I saw that this purse, the clasp is broken, but it's a beautiful 1920s beaded purse. I loved the subdued colors. It's in very good condition aside from that. And I thought, if you don't ask, you don't get. Like, we'll see what they say. And right away, the lady told me, oh, that's $10 because of the clasp. So I thought, well, $10, you know, somebody could want this to repair it. I'm not going to make huge amounts of money. But again, maybe a nice little profit and someone will enjoy that, or maybe will want to display that. So that was a fun find. At another garage sale, I found this jewelry box, and I love jewelry boxes. I don't always pick them up, and sometimes they're in rough shape, and I've got a few, you know, but this I loved because you still have the hooks. The interior is pretty nice. Red velvet is always a plus for me. You know, it's yellowed, but I think it adds to the charm. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or sell it, but it's nice. It was $3. So for $3. And a little bit of jewelry before I let you go. At a church bazaar, I found this little brooch that I thought would be very The Prisoner. It's a penny farthing, relates to the past. You know, somebody might be interested in that. That was $1. I have a necklace, which I'm not sure I might keep because I love the colors. I love that peridot green and that turquoise, that iridescent turquoise. And in the right light and with the right outfit, there's something a little bit, to me, kind of Edwardian about it. A little bit turn of the century Titanic. So I'm very fond of that. And they're glass beads, so that's nice. But it's not signed, so I'm not even sure how much I'd get for that. Although, it is a very nice design. This is a big necklace, and they're all glass beads, all sort of topaz colored. That was $1 as well. So I'm hoping for some profit. I don't know. It doesn't have a distinctive style that I could say, oh, iconic 1960s, you know. It's just vintage, and maybe I can make, you know, $15 on it and I'll be happy. But I thought it's just nice because you don't always find necklaces that are all glass as opposed to plastic, and that have a nice look. It catches the light very nicely when it's glass. There's a certain glamour to it. And my last piece tonight is this jet necklace. I'm pretty sure that's jet. Nice vintage piece. It was $2 at a garage sale we went to lately. And that wraps it up for tonight. Just wanted to share with you some of our fun finds. And I hope your sales are going well. And you'll see tomorrow your sales will be even better than today. I'm sure they will. And if ever, by some strange reason they're not, then the day after that, they're going to be better. So you have a good time picking, and I hope to speak to you very soon. I'll make a little more time in my schedule to bring you something else very soon, because we went to an auction and bought a couple of fun things. So see you soon.